What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today in our London Bulldogs Relocation franchise on Madden 21. Of course, if you're new to the series, well, maybe go back and watch the first episode. But this, of course, is a fantasy draft franchise where, let's just say the team's not very good. Let's just keep it simple and short. A 70 overall team. We did lose the first game in a pretty bad way, I will admit. Definitely could have been better. As far as what happened with the team, nothing really changes. King was good enough in week one. We just didn't score as much as we should have, and then defensively, of course, was just a disaster. But with that being said, we added a new name, a guy that comes back from the, not really the dead, but comes back to play in the NFL, Vince Wilfork, the big man. Of course, he's not really 353 pounds. Even when he played, he wasn't 353 pounds, but it's the only way to make him look even as close to as what he was. I know he had a lot of muscle, but like that center of gravity, that whole, the stomach area was rather round. Okay, so that's really about all I could say. As far as what his ratings are, this is what he looks like right now at the age of 39, which is definitely on the old side. Speed, really low. Block shedding, solid. Power move, 72. Still strong as hell. And hopefully hungry to win. Of course, how will he make an impact on the team for this year? Well, hopefully we can actually stop a little bit of the run game plays. But ultimately, a lot of things are going to have to happen. Maybe he has some guys he can call up and maybe add to the squad, specifically maybe on the offensive side of things. We'll see as the season goes on. But for right now, we are moving on to week 2. And already, we have a breakout quarterback scenario now. The thing is, this is a super challenge, even normal to star. So we will have to take a look at that in a moment. First things first, take a look at players of the week. Do we at least not give up one? No, we obviously gave up one, unfortunately. Justin Fields on the Packers with a player of the week. Of course, let's just get into it. Why wait? Breakout quarterback, offensive coordinator, coach. We're on to something. And when we run the offense through De'Aaron King, if we can get the win and a performance like last week's when we play Los Angeles, we should have a star in the making. I'm going to be honest. A performance like last week just simply isn't going to get the scenario. So I'm a little confused as to what he means by that, but I suppose we'll try our best. All right, we got some upgrades. I didn't even know Doss was a 71 overall. Either did you, because he's 80. Is Keelan Doss not like a black dude? What? All right, we changed him up a little bit. We're going to move on to Antoine Brooks Jr. now, 70 overall with star. I'll take any upgrade at this point, pursuit and all that. I'd like a speed upgrade for a lot of these guys. Del Duval, who I'm almost certain is not even a real player, but he looks pretty damn good, obviously. Gets a run support, 76 overall. I believe now the second highest overall on the team. And then King, thankfully, gets an upgrade because, obviously, let's just say, I don't feel very good about this chance for this scenario. Please, +2. I will take a +1 to throw power. So 86 throw power now with 69 medium. If we take it short, take it medium, and hope maybe Bush or somebody can take it the distance a few times in the game, there may be a chance. But as far as going deep, unless they're naked, I really don't think we have much of a shot. So we're going to try. Hopefully we can get something done. We don't know what their team looks like. Deshaun Watson and Chase Young. Okay, there's a couple of guys I heard he don't like to play already. In SoFi Stadium, the new stadium, going to be playing against these Los Angeles Rams. Of course, we're rocking the all-white. We look kind of fresh, honestly. I wish there was a little bit more variety in fairness, but still good enough for me. Who is that? It looked like Kittle, but with long hair. Is it Chase Winovich? It seems Hayden Hurst. Interesting. That's pretty much as similarly as weird as my suggestion of names, so it doesn't, it's not crazy bad. Of course, a lot has to go our way if we want to, A, win the game, and B, get this scenario to star development. Of course, if King gets star development, that is obviously going to propel him way out ahead of any other quarterbacks and maybe even solidify his spot as the starter. But as of right now, I still don't know how much we believe in this man. We're going to be in talks with some veterans around the league and maybe even some guys not currently in the league and see what the interest levels are there, see what management thinks is the best course of action. But obviously all this behind the scenes, not going to let King know any of that is going on. We want him to be his best self, and we are still obviously rooting for every single one of the guys on the team. Otherwise, we just simply wouldn't have them. Of course, we do get to kick the ball first, which will hopefully alleviate the pressure. But then again, with the way our defense plays, it's probably going to be leaving some points on the board. Hopefully they leave points on the board, but there's probably going to be some points on the board, which definitely may pressure him a little bit, I'm going to be honest. But let's see how Deshaun Watson got on as his first game as a Ram. Not very good. I can't tell if that's good or bad for us. His forehead's already super sweaty. Hopefully that's the case today. Well, maybe not. I don't know, because that means he probably ran a lot. But that's good, right? I mean, not getting him to run means that he's been comfortable all day. So it's a tough one. And of course, Wilfork in on the defensive line. See what he can do, of course, at that 39 years old. How many snaps is he going to play? And they're going to call an illegal contact play on us, the rookie with Gilchrist. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Of course, we lose that down force that we made, so it sucks, but it could have been worse. Thought maybe he was going to make a play on the ball there. They didn't. They decided to hold on to it. A screen pass. Teams have been running the screen against us a lot. That play, though, did not work. A negative 1-yard play. All right, 3rd and 11 now. Wait, they declined the penalty? I mean, it doesn't matter because over the middle, not only is he going to catch it, but Paris is gone. We already know we have nobody on this team that can keep up with him. And, I mean, no matter what we did there, I think he scores a touchdown without the hit stick attempt. And, of course, the poor hit stick attempt at that. Well, like we said in the beginning, ignore anything we said because clearly the quarterback's always going to have a lot of pressure on this team. There's always going to be a touchdown or 3 at least scored pretty much every drive. Not a bad return for Ross. Let's take a look at the King numbers. Do we really have to is the question, though. Like, do we really need to? Of course, you look at his numbers compared to Watson's first game. Not terrible. Not terrible. I think the real question is not whether we're going to get this scenario or not, but how quickly are we going to fail this scenario? And is that Chase Young playing on the interior? I'm just asking. Dylan gains about 8 yards. Let's turn up to the line and see if we can maybe force them into submission here. I don't know how that's anything true. And King is going to be sacked. Ball is picked up by Panay Sewell. Maybe should have ran the ball there. Looked at that out route. We had it, but of course the O-line, as usual, just nowhere in sight when it comes to blocking. Let's move Doss on the outside. Keep that corner as far away from the interior as possible. And Bush is going to get the ball. What a throw by King. A little underthrown, but, a lot of pressure there as per pretty much every play on this offense. But, hey, we turned it into a positive gain, which obviously is now a first down gain. And Ross is going to take it for a gain of about 2. Looking, decently trucky there, actually, falling forward. Of course, looking at the draft class for about the 30th time this season. Gotta love it. 2nd and 9. Didn't really get a great run on first down. Dylan is going to find some room, though. Runs right over a superstar, Harrison Smith. There we go. Gaining another, 10-plus on the play. Titans bench. If I'm going to block, I'd like Dylan to be the block. Parkinson, Parham. And there goes Parkinson. Gains about 9 under pressure, but a good throw. All right, so they do have Chase Young on that side, but he is a youngster still, so you never know. A youngster? A Chase youngster? To the outside, and Mailata just has no intention of blocking. If we would have picked that block up, King is racing towards the end zone. Just saying. I also will say I do not remember if the touchdowns can be passing or rushing, so yeah, that might be a bit of a problem. And it doesn't matter because we've lost the scenario. Try to throw it over top. Harrison Smith did have a very, very deep press, which once again is quite literally illegal. He pressed him 10 yards after the line of scrimmage. Like, you can't do that. Like, he can't. We're at the 15, and he's pressing him and contacting him at the freaking 5. You know, he stepped up here, so I'm like, okay, why would he step up if he's not covering something underneath? Then he decides to push him and then follow. You cannot contact the guy. That's just not how it goes. But of course, they're going to get away with it, and with that aftermath, Hayden Hurst is going to be running down the sideline, and thankfully, Micah Parsons does bring him down. Underneath, and Brooks, perfect coverage there. Finally, we stop Hayden Hurst on the play. Holton Hill, I mean, I don't trust any of our corners. We get burned, but we will be able to hold them to a 3rd and 5, so a manageable situation now. I think we're going to go mid-blitz here. Mid-blitz and just pray. Really, that's the best option we have, is just to pray. Not even playing actual defense, just pray and hope for the best. And praying works. Holton Hill gets him down. Paris Campbell, of course, the massive touchdown earlier in the game. And by earlier in the game, I mean like literally last drive. Not bad. Okay, so we're going to force them to a field goal. And it's a bit of a deep one, but as expected, he nails it. So 4 minutes in the first, down by 10. And they have a better quarterback at number 2 than we have at number 1. Of course, that interception hurts, but once again, we definitely got screwed. Gonna say that. Like, it's one thing to maybe touch them or, well, okay, let's relax there. It's one thing to, like, pass them off or, touch them or whatnot, but, like, you can't stop their run 10 yards down the field. Like, you just can't do that. And King with another really good chance on the read option. And normally... Are these refs being paid off? How is that not a late hit? No intention. Didn't show him any intention that we were going to keep running. And yet, what does he do? Hammers us going out of bounds. Are you for real? And that's going to be a tough one and just a little overthrown. Bush with a really good adjustment to the ball would have had it if it was down a little more, but I suppose it can't be mad because, another potential pick play. Parham on the outside. Parham, got a bit of athleticism, especially at 6'8". Gains about 8 yards on the play. Now this is where we're going to get heavy with Dylan. Hopefully we get at least a sliver of a block. Dylan just needs to get around 2 yards away from the line of scrimmage, and the momentum will do the rest. Like we said, gains about 4 on that play. RPO, this looks very good, but once again, early quick throws from King could be disastrous. But he is open, and it's a very good throw. Colin Johnson fumbles the ball. I can't tell if he was down. Just bring him down, just in case. Of course, this will be reviewed, but tell me Colin Johnson got down. Please tell me he got down. They are going to review it, but I thought, honestly, his legs were kind of being lifted by the defenders. I think he landed on players. No, his tuchus. I was right, though, but his tuchus was on the ground, thankfully. All of their superstars on the other side, so we just get a couple of quick blocks. Of course, Bush being one of the lead blockers. Yeah, we're just going to have to keep it kind of interiorly, even though it's a stretch play, because Bush, not only is he small and easy to push over, but he also just kind of didn't even try. Parham on the inside. Parham with the great reaction. Gets the ball. Really, really sucks that King did have that interception, because once again, it wasn't a legal play. If it was a legal play, fair enough. But that's why I threw it, because I was like, okay, well, clearly we're about to burn them. And there, Colin Johnson with the touchdown. We're on the board with 7. And once again, that interception's haunting us. Oh my, Vince Wilfork just got hammered. And of course, our guy kind of jumping on the back of Melvin Gordon. His first carry goes for 18 yards. Of course, we brought in Vince Wilfork to stop the run, not to be put on the ground and take a nap. That's what he was doing before he came back to the league. Inside play, but we got to cover here. And that is good coverage all the way across the board. Luvu with the coverage sack on the edge. Loss of 5 and the end of the first quarter. Be on our toes. You never know when they're going to try to quick hike us here, and they do not. So, start of the second quarter, not the worst scenario. Once again, also didn't mention it, but that throw to Colin Johnson was the first of hopefully many. And I'm not going to say I'm super hopeful, but, I guess hopeful is a hard word to use there. But I'm not super expecting it, but yeah, of course, hopefully one of the first of many touchdowns on the season and his career. Coming with the blitz again. Let's actually bring Gilchrist back. Take the running back, and Gilchrist kind of misses, but Parsons cleans up. And that will be a 4th and 3 punt. So obviously defense struggling, but they have the potential for stopping the opposing team, forcing punts. And of course we do have that turnover potential. Huge mistake by the punter. Gets only a 25-yarder. Oh, that is really bad. I'm going to go with the stretch play. They kind of have it loaded up wrong, so in theory, what even happened? I looked away because I was getting ready to go downfield for about 20. I am so confused. That sucks. We're taking a shot deep. And good try by, of course, both players, Bush and the quarterback, Derek King. I mean, that was a beauty of a throw, but of course, just not a high percentage play. Let's see if we can move Parham to the other side, because I think Parham can get over the top here. Ross is going to get underneath, and then Bush is hopefully the main route, but I don't know how much we can really trust it. We went predetermined, and Bush does not get it. The defender, I mean, I don't know how he got in front of it. I mean, it was decent coverage, but I thought Bush was just going to outmuscle him enough, and unfortunately, we don't even gain a single yard on that drive. We actually lose 2. I feel like they're going to actually run it, and they do not. Wilfork pushing hard. Can't get there, though, and Hayden Hurst is going to bounce off of a tackle. Gains about 17 yards. And really good contained by Holton. Thought for a second Holton was going to sell hard. Kind of went on the interior, which just doesn't make sense for a cornerback. Thankfully did not. They want to drop back. Okay. That's not a great idea to drop back Wilfork, I'm going to be honest. And it's a screen pass, and we are not ready for it. Did a decent job containing it considering how much space he had. He's going to have a 3rd and 4 look now. Do I like any of that? I do not like any of this. We gotta drop here. And it's going to be a throwaway. Good job by the edge. Watson looked like he was about to get going and take off. Edge does his job just enough and forces the throwaway. It could have been a sack, which would have obviously taken away their field goal. Try to block it, and of course, it barely makes it. So, looking like his max, unless there's a bit of wind. I don't know if this is a full dome stadium. I believe it is. But the special teams have been affected a little bit, so it kind of feels like maybe there is a little wind. I don't know how, but then again, it looks open over there, so I don't know. Maybe there is some wind. But yeah, it looks like his max is around 50-ish, just a little bit over 50, maybe 52. Of course, now with Ross, I mean, the deep ball is really not going to be there often, but with Bush, you just never know, so you kind of have to keep it there. And there just cannot get the ball off in time. These receivers are taking so long to get open. But boy, the run game has got to be the main reason why we succeed, honestly. I just don't see it working any other way. All right, Dylan up the middle, and we actually get some really good blocks. Dylan slips off of a Chase Young tackle and gets the first. Up the middle, not bad. Dylan falling forward for a gain of about 5. I will say that I think we're going to run here, or throw here, because I think they're ready for it. Inside, and Bush is going to catch it and take it for a gain of about, I don't even know, 15 maybe? 12? Something. Let's try it. Collins pretty open, and unfortunately, the less pressure King has, I swear, the harder the throw for him. And there, once again, ain't going to get away with that one. You know, as much as we talk about the pressure thing, ain't going to get away with that much pressure. That's a lot of pressure. They're definitely aware of this situation. Collin to the outside, and that is wildly missed. Of course, I really liked what King was bringing in the first. With these couple of throws, you know, number 2 is definitely going to start warming up here in a moment. Really good punt finally, and that is down to the 1. What a punt. Obviously got to show it back twice. That's insane. It looked like a football. It looked like a throw. I mean, obviously it looked like a football. Got to bring the house. Gilchrist is in there, and Gordon is going to fight so hard to get out of there. Barely does. They do have 2 wide receivers now, so got to be a little more careful with ourselves. Okay, we have our guys on the outside there, but how much do we trust it? And, of course, they are going to run again, but you got to play that way. You know, they throw the ball, especially with these corners. I don't think we're going to have much of a chance. All right, big fellas. He cuts back in. He's still not tackled. He is now. So the punt alone was able to waste one of their possessions. Gotta love it when the special teamers make their mark. Love it. I mean that punt alone was literally it. Don't get me wrong. Give the credit to the guys up front and all that, but the punt alone literally caused them to punt. If King misses a couple more of those throws like that this drive, I think he's already going to be out for the day. I mean, we just can't have a guy throwing like that as the starting quarterback. It's just too bad. And Dylan, I mean, that's a bad effort by Dylan. Right, shallow cross. This is the kind of play that Parham would eat up, but they do have Harrison Smith on Parham. Well, you thought he did, and there is a flag. What is this going to be? Is this a late hit on the quarterback? I've been feeling them coming in late, so at least finally the refs get one right, and of course it bails us out hard because that was about to be their football. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of pressure coming from that side. Dylan kind of maybe turn this into a sprint play, perhaps. To the outside, and the ball is high. Who is number 91? Yannick Ngakwe in coverage. That definitely threw me off a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. Inside, and a very poorly thrown ball. It is now Benjamin DiNucci's time to shine. Wilfork being double teamed, and how is that not intercepted? Come on, Holton. You know the way this offense plays, and I know, it's a little early to get demoralized with the scoreboard, but it's going to happen sooner or later. You guys got to keep trying, and how is that not picked off by Gilchrist? Oh, my Lord. Missed opportunities left and right, and with those is going to cause opportunity for them to score a touchdown. It's not looking good here. I don't like this. Holton Hill, the bigger guy, covering Paris. Can't get back inside. It's tough. It's tough. It could be a run. We have a blitz coming, but we did move everyone off the left side, or their right, over to the side, and we just miss hard. Come on, Duval, and he just moves out of the way and scores. Oh, my Lord. We are just stuck in the mud. All right, DiNucci coming in probably the worst possible time. He has to start right here. Parham, not a bad throw at all. Parham catches the ball, and that foot goes out of bounds. All 3 timeouts. Could be a magical little drive for DiNucci. Parham on the inside. Perfect throw. Unfortunately, Parham gets absolutely obliterated on the play. Now we're going to run a screen, 2nd and 10. I feel like we have enough time to run the screen here, but they do have 2 superstars over there. They might be able to sniff that out. And that's exactly what happens. Still got to throw it. And that's why you throw it, because Ross has got a little bit of burst. Gets out of there, gains a few yards, considering, we had nothing showing for. Game's kind of in a situation right now where we're not going to get much out of this anyways. I think you got to take Parham there, and that's just not going to happen. Doesn't even try. He's 6'8", and he doesn't even jump. We go aggressive, and he sits. If I was DiNucci, I don't care if Parham looks like a better starter at his position than DiNucci does at quarterback. It doesn't matter. I would be yelling at this man. Like, what even is that? Of course, he just got done talking to him. Way more calm than I would be about it. I'm going to be honest. We're livid from the box. I mean, come on. What even is that attempt? You're 6'8". Of course, looking at the halftime stats, do we really even have to look at them? I mean, the takeaways alone is just going to be so depressing. 3 takeaways for them. I mean, yardage-wise, very similar, but their yards per play, twice as much as ours. Takeaways, 3 takeaways to ours, 0. And on top of it, they do not get the ball to start. I really thought they did. All right, Ross on the return. I mean, this is kind of like one of those games. I mean, pretty much every game's going to be like that. At least the first and this game going to be those games where we need a defensive touchdown or a kick return touchdown, something of the matter. Of course, they're going to look at the highlights of the defense. It looks like Bradbury's had this defense has had a pretty big game. Of course, forcing fumbles, forcing interceptions, pressuring us all day. It's just not been a good time. The real word for our team is just inexperienced and then inconsistent. Sometimes we'll show some bursts. Sometimes we'll show some good blocking and some good route running. And then other times we'll, short arm an attempt. I mean, I'm not saying Parham should catch that, but it just should not be intercepted. And Dylan is just going to get, I mean, there's just nowhere to run on that one. Swallowed up. Going to that flood look. Obviously, the outside hasn't been super open today, but let's see what we can hit. There is Bush, who will be a yard short. Down 20-7. I mean, I really don't know what we can do. I mean, if we don't go for this, I don't know if we win. But if we do go for this and we don't get it, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this might just be an attempt to try and get him offside. I just don't like this look. And that's probably going to be a false start on the left guard. Well, I mean, we just couldn't hike that. That sucks. Decent punt. Nothing like the number, the 1 yard line punt, but oh, what a hit by Marvin Tell. We really need that to be a fumble 6, but what can you really ask for? It's be a situation where you would expect them to run it, so we're going to bring a couple of guys down with our blitz. Can obviously back up. Duvall's the one semi-athletic player on the team. And that's a missed hit stick, and Holton Hill redeems himself a bit, gets the hit himself. Gain of 3. Had a couple of pop opportunities, didn't turn into anything. Kind of sucks. Go to man coverage now. Reed in man. Definitely going to be needing some help on this one. Really just going to hope that the press works. And obviously it works because they run, and really good job by the linebacker, Gilchrist. I mean, defense isn't played particularly poorly. It's just offense obviously has. I mean, they just simply have played very badly. We're going to chase that down, and Duvall's all over it, but still burned by an inch. T. Higgins over the middle. First down. And Watson taken down with the help of Vince Wilfork, waving to the fans saying, I am back. That's what we like to see, buddy. The effort on the interior, fighting hard. Only a 3-yard sack, but I mean, I like to see a little bit of pressure. It worked. Underneath, we got to get there. A huge hit by Parsons, but ultimately that's going to give him a gain of 10. Obviously not solo on a 10-yard gain, but probably pushed him forward for an extra 3, so I don't even know what to tell you. Vince Wilfork obviously locked up. They're going deep. I mean, there's nowhere to go, but Watson gets taken down by Malik Reed. The coverage was perfect. Vince Wilfork, I love the effort because the play's over, and he's still trying to get to the quarterback who's down. The whistle's blown, everyone's going home, and he's still fighting a double team to try to get into the quarterback. I love it. And, of course, they come back with their very own punt to the 1 yard line. Now, we learned about, I'll give them the shout out, good punting. Both teams, showing up at times. We learned a little bit about their struggles from the one, so I'm going to go with the pistol look, I think. Of course, a little more dangerous because, we can get a throwaway here and it's going to turn into, this is tough. Do we run it? I mean, they're off the line of scrimmage, so Dylan is going to run it and gains about 4. There we go. Good last second change, I feel. Going back to that RPO look, the corner is shading slightly inside. And inside again, Colin Johnson has actually won that matchup quite a bit. And considering they have Henderson over there, that's a really impressive set of wins he has had today on that look. I'm going to go with a play action look. Hopefully we get a block from Dylan because this could be a big play to the tight end. Or just no one at all. Danucci going to throw this ball away. Right, here we are going with the Wildcat. I kind of wish it was on the other side, but there's not really much you can do now. Ross on the Wildcat, and he's actually going to get a couple of blocks. Nothing major, but gains 5 on the play. Definitely got to get creative because, honestly, half of these damn running backs could probably throw just as good as these quarterbacks can at this rate. 3rd and 4. Do we maybe just bring Ross back to the line? I mean, we have had to be about as creative as possible, so got to give that to us, and we can't get the ball off. I mean, I get they blitz, but, man, somebody's got to get open when they're bringing that many. It's going to be a punt. Got to do something about offense. Defense has done a decent job for itself, but offense just has not. And, of course, with this field position alone, the freaking defense should be giving up way more. I mean, it shouldn't even be close. And we get completely collapsed on, and he's going to gain a first on that. A first. All over that with the linebackers, and he still breaks away. I mean, there's a reason why we're blitzing so hard. It's just like they run. It's just never going to happen unless we blitz or bring someone. And that, I mean, even with it, Melvin all the way down to the 1. I mean, there's just the defense is defeated. And I mean, you can't really blame them. Didn't get it done on last drive for offense, so I can understand why they're defeated. And to the outside, that's completely our coverage. Thought the slant was gonna break open before the pass rush got there, and ultimately the pass rush just never got there. And Wilfork gets a hand on him. Robinson also gets a hand on the ball. So unfortunately, it's not looking good. It's just tough. Although right here we're getting a nice set of blocks, and Dylan takes a little bit of a hit, but gains 20. Not a bad set of plays. I don't know why you're celebrating, buddy. Whether you're having a decent or even, okay individual effort means nothing in the grand scheme here. And especially when you can make a lot of an argument that they just don't care if we run. Why would they? Every run we go is a higher percentage for them to win. Collin to the outside, and he holds on. First down will lead us to the 4th. Any chance to win or not, we got to try to put up some sort of showing here, even in the 4th. I don't care. I'll go with the slant with Bush. The inside, and Bush holds on. I just can't believe, they're actually going to, cover the run here when the situation is just... It's just so obvious to just play coverage, who cares if we run the ball? If we actually throw the ball there, that's a potential huge play. And inside, that's a perfect throw, and there is no chance in the world Phillips is making that play. Ross on the chase down is going to help take him down, but there's no way Phillips drew down and somehow still made a play on the ball. I mean, we let him upfield, and the ball just wasn't, upfield enough, but still, it was a good enough throw, I thought, by Ben. And clearly not. Micah Parsons with a tackle for a lost. I said lost because Hayden Hurst is hurt. All right, we'll continue blitzing because obviously there's really not much to play for at this point. Picks galore, turnovers galore on the offense. All right, good defensive play there by Kirkpatrick, who's had a couple of those types of plays. He's only said 1 tackle, but I'm almost certain I've seen literally 3 of those types of chase downs in just this game alone. And there you go, Duvall forcing the, most likely punt. Once again, I felt like the defense played just good enough to win the game. I mean, 26 points in general. It's a lot. But for most offenses, they're going to fake it? What is this disrespect? You deserve to fail that. We just don't have the time for those developing plays. There's just no time at all. Might as well run the ball with Ross. They're going to back everyone up off this far, and they're still probably going to get a decent shed. Maybe not. Good play call. Ross gains the majority of that first. Tight end just gets completely pushed off his freaking route. Come on, you got to do better than that. You're huge. I honestly wonder if he even knows how big he is. Johnson is... This is just a blown play from the get-go. Parham, really good play. Is that a late hit or another hold? It's another late hit. These Rams have been a bit dirty today. Read option look with Danucci. This is the one they should definitely not expect. Of course, this time they actually run the quarterback. Jewell has been pretty decent today. Ross with a decent run, though. Of course, they're celebrating on the other side. We're actually finally, kind of driving, but of course, everyone knows it's a bit too late for that. Dylan up the middle. Gets a couple of blocks. It's going to be a 2-yard gain. Make ourselves feel somewhat better about ourselves. Quick throw to the outside. That is a tough one. I cannot believe how fast their guy broke on that ball. Up the middle, Dylan. I mean, I can't tell if they're going to expect it, but the trap play has been pretty good for us today. And not that one when Chase Young bursts through the line and there's another guy there waiting to help him out. Turnover on downs. We just haven't been good, simply put. Could have kicked the field goal, maybe try to go for, onside kick, whatever possessions, but I just felt like it was that type of play, and thank God Gilchrist gets him. We had him with Brooks and just missed. Overall, solid enough. Just once again, defense or offense cannot score. And Melvin almost actually gets the first there. Double move inside for Doss. Not the fastest in the world, so Ross gets a decent play, the running back. DiNucci inside to Bush. Decent gainer, even when under pressure. Run a screen, and even then they somehow know. They all ran up to the line of scrimmage. Come on. What is this? We actually have teams cheating on us? Come on. It's not that serious. It's easy to beat us. Inside, I ain't gonna lie. Doss got caught up in a hurry. That was very quick recovery time. I feel like Harrison's going to make a mistake here, and Parham might have a chance over top. And that's going to be picked. That is pass interference. Oh, my. Harrison bumped him like 3 times on that play. They finally call it? Jesus. About damn time, dude. Harrison has been so sloppy today. And back of the end zone, the one time DiNucci misses a wide open touchdown. All right, Ross, let's run it. Ross, looking a bit slow there, I ain't even gonna lie. Of course, we're gonna hurry up to the line here, see what we can get. Bush back in the end zone, maybe burns him. I'll take it. And Bush holds on for the touchdown. DiNucci delivers a drive. Finally, we get back on the board. Bush with his first of, I would assume, many touchdowns in his career. Of course, we said that for about a few players, but if there's anyone that could do it, it's probably him. It's probably him. I mean, it's a small chance, right? But we gotta believe in the chance. That chance is even more smaller, and huge hit by Marvin Tell, but we're gonna keep trying. We'll let him have this clock moment, but we are gonna keep trying. I mean, there's no point not to, right? And inside, we absolutely gape it. Timeout. Look at him go. Jeez. I mean, we kind of need like a field goal block for a touchdown and then the onside, but not going to get it there. To the sideline. Not a bad throw. And caught by Parham to the 43. What a play. Might as well throw it up to Parham. Oh my, this man is a freak. Ross deep. Not Ross. Bush. That's just a bad play. Oh, what a catch. Obviously out of bounds, but not bad. Obviously now we kind of need to probably look deep. I'm going to get these blocks. Maybe Bush can break it free. Who knows? No, we don't have that kind of time. And left foot is out on the pick. Very, very bad miss. Colin was open enough. All right, probably going to just chuck it up to Colin Johnson here. We have Parham pretty open down the middle of the field, and he scores. What a throw and catch. How are they not doubling this man? He's literally the entire offense today. Of course, going to just kick the extra point, give our team some hope. 10 seconds left. You never know. I mean, this is a pretty close performance here down the end. Onside kick, I mean, if there's any team that can get an onside kick, it would probably be us, right? And it will not be. It could be a hit stick. It's an attempt. We do not get it, and we're going to lose the game by 8. I mean, we improved a little bit with DiNucci. Nothing really crazy good, but, I mean, it's better than the week 1 loss, right? I guess. Rams offense did not look super great out here. The receivers are lacking a bit, so got to assume if we played like a super elite wide receiver, he's going to put up like 200 plus on us. But yeah, that unfortunately is going to be the game. We are going to drop the first 2 games of the season. And quarterback questions continue to be the main focus of the team, surrounding the team. Of course, Parham, I think it's pretty safe to say he's the best tight end on the team, right? Of course, absolutely amazing player. Wide receivers, it's really just Bush. Everyone else is just, I can't trust them. I really can't. As far as running backs go, I think we have just good enough a squad between Dylan and Ross. O-line obviously needs an improvement, but there's not really much we can do. O-line is very valuable, and no one's really going to be giving that up. And then as far as defense goes, we need pass rush. That's the biggest need. Corner is obviously a huge need, but at times they can cover pretty well, so it's really all about the pass rush. So, of course, definitely have a list of things to try and clean up. Danucci, 15 for 25, 212, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. King, 9 for 18, 84 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Some really ugly throws by both, but more for King, obviously. A.J. Dillon with a 1-for-1. New quarterback alert, of course. Deshaun Watson pretty much perfect. A.J. Dillon, not bad. King, good in the ground game. Maybe he comes in on read options. Maybe use him as that Taysom Hill role. Maybe he moves to wide receiver. I don't know. Who knows at this rate? But yeah, lots of things to answer for. Of course, Donald Parham, really good game. 8 for 139 with a touchdown. Devontae Bush, 6 for 73 with a touchdown. Paris Campbell, he kind of came out and made plays early and then just kind of disappeared. But obviously, good players disappearing from me is good in any sort of situation. Colin Johnson, 4 for 53 with the first touchdown of the game. As far as sacks go, we had 1 with Malik, 1 with Luvu, but those were both coverage sacks. Wilfork, though, his was definitely a powerful one. He blew through there, made a play. They had a couple of sacks as well. Picks, Darius Phillips, don't know how he played as well as he did, but he did. Bradbury, Harrison Smith all played well. And then, of course, Anthony Brown with an interception. Kicking doesn't really matter, and those are the numbers. Sewell gets an upgrade. Obviously, we're going to pass protector. Doesn't go up in overall, which is beautiful. 3 pass block finesse. Gotta love it. Of course, he is a pretty solid player already, but he's only one of the 5 pieces that we need to play well. Gilchrist also has an upgrade. Let's talk about this breakout, which obviously did not work. Maybe he needs more time. Maybe he needs a position change. Maybe even needs a roster change. I don't even know at this rate. But heading into week 3 against the Texans in Houston, starting off 0-2 is definitely not a good look. So lots to work on. Who knows what name could be joining the roster next. Wilfork helped a little bit, but it wasn't a crazy big move. Obviously, at his age, not super great still, but good enough. I don't know, but we've got to do something else because receiver is just not working there. We got to do something. But regardless, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, maybe leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PKR Plays. And then, of course, maybe a stream later on twitch.tv/Jeromepkr. Whether there is or not, maybe follow. I think it's up to you. Regardless, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. Hopefully you enjoy your weekend. But until next video, see ya!